Hey guys, Deva here. 80 Velkhana just launched and here armor is pretty insane. It does a lot of changes for most of the weapons, but today we're going to talk about the new Dual Blades meta builds. The variety is just insane. There is USG armor, Silverless armor, 4-piece Fatalis, 2-piece Fatalis and 3-piece Safi, 4-piece Safi and so on. But what's the meta aka most efficient to use, because I actually saw a lot of meta builds and they're so sad to watch. It's just comfort builds are off and DPS builds are off. But yeah, it's mostly because we also have Tarot Dual Blades, which became more viable or even meta. But that was obvious because they do come with higher stats, but since they required free element, there was no chance to get a good build done. So on today's video I'll show you the best combinations for each element. Note that some of the builds will be about 3% less damage or more damage than the Safi 5-piece, the previous meta. But we couldn't care less because we instead will gain those sharpening comfort, stamina managing and dodging skills, but as well health boost 3 and recoveries 3, also 100 health and 100 stamina from the Fatalis 4-piece, which is guaranteed more DPS than the 3%. So yeah, Resentment is pretty much dead or not recommended unless you wanna speedrun and don't care anyway about having any comfort, since the monsters are mostly fully locked on runs, so damage will be all that counts. So therefore I included them, but for the casual hunting it's guaranteed less damage because on multiplayer hunts you most likely never lock monsters unless you have an organized team. Also another thing, none of today's build will run Clutch Glow boost, because Dual Blades have already a one-hit tenderize that is super strong and fast anyways, but you can replace double-edged tactual if you really want it. I personally don't like it for Dual Blades. Below one is going to be the Dragon element. The Elatron Dual Blades in combination with Crit element and 2-piece Fatty is the most efficient build available. They do outdamage the KR by about 4% to 5%. No protective polish or handicraft is used in this build due to having 270 hits of purple, which lasts definitely an entire hunt unless you're fighting something like Fatalis. Sadly, the only dragon weak monsters in the game are the Wrath family. Ruiner is a better row matchup, Devil Joe is more weak to the face on dragon element, so you're better off hitting the chest. And yeah, pretty much Wrath is literally the only matchup for Dragon Dual Blades. It's kind of sad. I have a hit zone value guide on how damage works. If anyone's interested, it will be in description. If you don't have 3 double attack jewels, don't panic. You can use hybrid jewels or replace vitality with a single attack or whatever. There is really a lot of playroom, as you can see in these builds. So yeah, since these Dual Blades don't come with crit element, it's definitely recommended to use 2-piece Fatty and 2 Velkhana. Augment should be full element and 1 health regeneration to keep peak performance up. Now if you wanna drop all of your comfort and no health regeneration for 3% more damage, this build is the way to go. Also you can max out the row skills with mental slots, which allows you to go another 1% higher. I'm just including this build also for the sake of comparison, so you see how much damage you gain if you drop the comfort meta. However, as always, not recommended to do such a low damage trade when I'm sure in a hunt with the first build you're getting more damage simply of how longer you can attack the monster. Here is a variation with the KR Dual Blades if you don't have for some reason the Elatron. These do have about 3% less damage, but therefore more sharpness comfort with 360 hits thanks to the 4-piece Fatalis, which triples your sharpness but also gives 100 health and stamina for free. Also Stamina Surge 3, which is the most important skill for Dual Blades, but also Constitution level 1. 1 is mostly all you need, since dash shoes plus back belt put your stamina on 46% damage reduction, on 46 stamina reduction out of 50%, which is possible, and that's a cap. So yeah, feel free to go with whichever build you want, guys. Build number 2 are the Ice Dual Blades, and yeah, Tarot do actually outdamage the KR due to having higher stats. Very simple. I knew that even like 1 year ago that it will happen, because that's how it was even on the base game. They were held back only by requiring free element, making builds not possible. But yeah, the new King of Ice, most of the people sold, which I don't know why they do so, but you technically have a lot of space in your box and you should never sell anything because you probably will need it in the future, and Zen is not a good trade, to be honest. But yeah, this is the most recommended build if you wanna run Ice Dual Blades. If you don't have the Tarot, it's completely fine. KR have a tiny bit less damage, but again, here we can use the 4-piece Fatalis since they come with a free crit element, which allows us to fill in more comfort skills, just like the previous build, so another indirect DPS increase. You really cannot tell in this game what is stronger, if the difference is small due to how unga bunga the fight is, and depending on your comfort skills you could get more DPS uptime than having more damage. Version 1 and 2 should be of course augmented for full element and 1 health regen since you have peak performance, and the resentment build just full element because you cannot run peak performance. Health regen. I have very good news for you and bad news. If you're tired seeing blue sharpness even though KR Fire is meta, it now changed with build number 3. And the bad news is you probably sold them. Taroth are a decent amount stronger and you won't bounce a Sizzle or non-weak spots unless it's a really bad hit zone. Since Fire have not as good affinity, we cannot fit extra comfort skills here besides maxing out our damage, so feel free to drop attack for other skills. Anyways, raw damage doesn't matter much on elemental dual blades since they scale like 50 to 50% depending on the matchup. Build number 4, and going back to the KR, here we have the 4-piece Fatalis Thunder build. As you can see, they have 700 hits of sharpness, which is extremely overkill, but there is really no other useful set bonus for dual blades. We can gain all raw skills max out, but in addition also stamina skills and coalescence, so yeah, this is a new best thunder build. If you feel like you don't need all this comfort, you can switch to the resentment version of this build, which I like to call cardline again because no health regen and no health boost equals to cards. But if you're confident with your skills, go for it. You will most likely shave a few seconds off your hunt thanks to having 3 to 4% more damage over the previous comfort build. You must know your abilities yourself and what build suits you the best. There is no such thing as best build to some extent because everyone plays differently, so different builds suits you. Build level 5 and last one is the KR Water Dual Blades. This is again the comfortable max DPS version of the Water Dual Blades. 400 hits of white, Surge 3, max health, recovery up and constitution. For water, the resentment build does up to 3% more damage, but I don't think it's any good even for speedrunning. Because if you run Teostra, you sure wanna have the first build over it. It's gonna easily outdamage it, especially since you have to sharpen and with the resentment version. And you literally miss health regen, health boost 3 and stamina sharpness comfort. This is gonna be just a pain against Teostra. So I really don't recommend using this one. However, for water we have a third version, which are the Taroth, and outdamage both builds. The first one by 4% almost. But as you can see, we had to drop a shitload of comfort again, such as 100 health, stamina, skills and sharpness requiring protective polish. For speedrunning, this build is probably worth it though, but it still will be tough to tell. So yeah, that was it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if so, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you want to see next from me. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more awesome builds, guides and speedrun videos. And with that said, I wish you all a nice day and happy hunting, guys. Don't forget to join